In class 2, hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start the reading of the chapter The Elves and the Shoemaker. So open your read now book and the page number is 85. Write CW and short date at the top of your page. Name of the chapter is The Elves and the Shoemaker. Elves means a creature which has magical powers is called elves. And the shoemaker means a person who makes or repairs shoes is called shoemaker. Let's start the reading of the chapter. Long, long ago, there lived a shoemaker and his wife. They were honest and hardworking. They were also kind to those who needed help. Long, long ago means relating to past in ancient times. Shoemaker means a person who makes or repairs shoes. Honest mean truthful or sincere. Hardworking means putting a lot of effort. Kind means kind hearted. This story is about a shoemaker and his wife. They were very kind hearted and they were always ready to help to others. Times were hard and work was very scarce. The shoemaker became poorer and poorer until he had no food and no money. All he had left was just enough leather to make one pair of shoes. Dear students, cash mean available in small amount. Poorer means miserable. Enough means no more or efficient. Enough means no more or sufficient. Leather means preserved animal skin is called leather. Leather means preserved animal skin from which our shoes and jackets are made. The same morning, a man came to buy a pair of shoes. When he saw how they are perfectly made, he paid good price. Now the shoemaker can buy leather for two pairs. Again he cut them in the evening and he decided to finish them in next day. There was no need, for in the morning two lovely pairs of shoes stood on the table. These shoes were soon sold, and the shoemaker bought leather for four pairs. He cut them out at night and laid out the pieces as before. Sold means sale out, bought means to bring. Dear students, laid means placed or set. Now, what happened when the shoemaker cut two pairs of leather for making shoes? But when he woke up in the next morning, he saw that there were two lovely pairs of shoes stood on the table. And these shoes were also sold soon. And now the shoemaker bought for four pairs of leather to making shoes. Four pair of leather to make shoes. Now what happened? He cut them again at night and placed these pieces as he placed before. When he came down in the morning, the shoes were finished and ready for sale. Finished means completed. When he came down, but he saw that shoes were finished and ready for sale. This went on day after day. So good was his trade that the shoemaker soon became very rich. Trade means business. So this went on day after day, and his business was very good. And now the shoemaker has become very rich. Rich means having great amount of money. One evening just before Christmas, he said to his wife, "My dear, I would like to find out who is helping us. Let us sit up tonight and watch. The shoemaker said to his wife that I would like to find that who is helping us. Let us sit tonight and watch. That evening they hid themselves in a corner of the workshop. At midnight, two little elves came running into the room. They climbed up on the table and took up the pieces of leather. Then they began to stitch and sew and hammer. Now, what happened? They hid themselves in a corner of the workshop. And then they saw two little elves came running into the room. They climbed up on the table and take up the pieces of leather, and then they starting stitching and hammering the shoes. They worked so well and so fast then that in a short time all the shoes were done. As soon as they were finished, they jumped off the table and ran away. They worked very fast, and in a short period of time they had finished, and then they jumped and ran away. Next morning, the shoemaker said to his wife, those little elves have been very kind to us. What can we do to show our thanks? The, the shoemaker and his wife decided to show their thanks. His wife said, we should make some warm clothes and shoes. I have a good idea, said his wife. It is very cold and I will make them warm clothes. You can make them nice little shoes. She suggested that we should make some warm clothes and nice shoes for them. When everything was ready, the shoemaker and his wife laid the clothes and the shoes on the table. Then they hid to see what the little elves would do. At midnight, they came running into the room, ready to begin work. Instead of pieces of leather, they saw the pretty little clothes and shoes. They shouted with joy and put them on. Soon after, they left in singing and dancing. When they made everything ready, then they put them on the table. At midnight, they came running into the room and they were ready to begin work. When they saw the pretty little clothes and shoes, they shouted with happiness. They put them on, and soon they were away. They left singing and dancing because they were very happy. Everything went well with the kind shoemaker and his wife. They were rich and happy for the rest of their lives. After this, the life of the shoemaker and his wife was very good, and they were happy and rich for their rest of life. They were rich and happy for the rest of their lives.